Hello YouTube, I've got another high ELO ranked game here with the teams being Janna, Anivia, Nidalee, Lee Sin, and Ezreal versus Jace, Darius, Zed, Zyra, and Draven. So it looks like the lane matchups are going to be Lee Sin versus Darius in the jungle. At top lane, it is most likely going to be Nidalee versus Jace or Zed. Those two are relatively interchangeable. At mid lane, Anivia versus one of those two. And at bottom lane is most likely Zyra and Draven versus Janna and Ezreal. So as far as Summoner Spell goes, Nidalee is going for the double escape instead of Barrier or Ignite or any of those things. Smites on the junglers, exhausts on the supports, flashes on everybody. Ignites, yeah, everybody's going pretty standard. Draven running with that barrier. So as far as the high ELO people to look out for, there is two people from the Challenger here. I believe it is KT Link and Bobkin XD, but I'm not quite sure. So it looks like this game is underway. Let's do this little lane matchup and see what's going. So I think it's Nidalee. I would guess Jace is top. Okay. So there we go. Everybody's all matched up. Let's take a quick look at what everybody's running. So for the blue team, Janna is running, looks like a little bit of Magic Pen with a little bit of Flat Pen. So, sorry about that. A little bit of Magic Pen, a little bit of Flat Pen there. So it looks like she is running probably 9021. She could be doing a weird hybrid though, like 912 something, because she does have, how much armor does she have? She doesn't have much. That's actually very surprising to me. Anyway, kind of interesting there. As far as Anivia goes, she is going a full-on 2109 with a little bit of Magic Pen. She has 9 points of Magic Pen. Interesting there. She's got an extra Magic Pen there. It looks like we're going to see a little bit of harass there at the top lane while this is going on. So Nidalee, on the other hand, looks like she is going Armor Pen. So we are seeing that AD Bruiser tanky Nidalee rather than the AP Nidalee that we usually see. So Lee Sin, on the other hand, is going huge Armor Pen. Look at all that Armor Pen. So probably 21-9 is my guess. He does have that CDR. Okay. As far as Ezreal, it looks like he's got a lot of AD with a little bit of Armor Pen, so he's probably just got some Armor Pen in probably his Quince with flat AD marks, is my guess. Jace looks like he's also going big AD with a little bit of Armor Pen. Probably, and he does have a little bit of Magic Pen, so he's actually probably 30-0-0 is my guess. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It looks like he also has Lifesteal Quince. Interesting. Okay, Darius, on the other hand, looks like he is going 0-21-9. A little bit of leash there on his blue. Zed is going AD with a little bit of Armor Pen, so probably 21-9. Zyra is got a little bit of Magic Pen in her marks there, but probably for the most part is some sort of combination between defense and utility. So that's a quick look at what everybody's running. As far as starting items, Dorn Blades all around, it looks like it's actually a very good starting item now, just because the increase in gold efficiency. So Zed is at that mid lane. Okay, so it looks like a little bit of poking going on here. Janna is going to be taking some pretty nice damage, but she does have that increased Magic Pen, and so she will be doing a little bit of harass here as well. So I wonder if they just picked her so that he didn't have the Janna Draven combo, because that is a very potent opening combo as far as I can tell. So as far as the starting in the jungle, it looks like Lee Sin decided to start with red. Then he's going to do, looks like he gave, did he give a blue? No, he took both buffs. So it looks like he's going to poke around in the enemy jungle. Not quite sure. Nope, they were mapping out Darius's trajectory. So just a little bit of poke going on. Nothing too aggressive so far on any of the lanes. So as far as the team comps go, we've got a little bit of poke here with Anivia, Janna, and Ezreal. So it's, they're relatively squishy here. Well, Nidalee's probably going to go actually relatively tanky. So it looks like we had a gank here at top lane, and there's the flash there, just to prevent that pull in from the Darius there. So Darius jungle is one of those I don't necessarily agree with. I find his ganks to be relatively underwhelming unless the opposing team is not warding very well. But he is a very dangerous team fighter, so I don't know. He kind of just wants to farm, but it looks like he's trying to do a little bit of ganks there, so yeah. And for the purple team, they've got a little bit of a poke. It looks like they're going for that bursty, but it looks like they're just going for the burst team fight sort of thing going on. Zyra taking a little bit of damage there. Going to be forced to pot and back away a little bit there from that fight just because of Janna's ability to shield. It looks like Anivia is trying to bait that Zed out, but he manages to dash away there. So far, relatively tame opening here. Purple team has a slight advantage just because of CS. It looks like Draven's slightly ahead of CS, but that's not too substantial because Ezreal does have a few more to go. So nothing too out of the ordinary there. And Jace is slightly ahead just because they did force that Nidalee back there. So just kind of twiddling the thumbs. Not much is going on so far. We're just gonna let the directed camera do its thing. Gonna pop up wherever there's a little bit of action. Anivia taking a little bit of poke there, slowly getting poked down here by this Zed, but she did start with a catalyst, so she does have quite a bit of sustain there. So I'm curious what she'll be building first. Usually Anivia's like to get a little bit of mana, and then they really like to have a Grail just because it gives them so much more ability to use their ultimate in those team fights. So a little bit of damage there going down on the Ezreal. And by a little bit, I mean they bring him down very low, and this Nidalee is caught a little bit out of position. We gotta remember, she's going tank mid, so I don't think they're gonna be able to pick up the kill, but they do manage to bring her up down to half. Looks like she might try to return to base here once again, and this is actually, she is managing to keep up on farm, but it is going to deny a little bit here. So she is pushing, heading back, buying, but a little bit of damage once more going down on the Ezreal. Janna's going to take some just because she managed to delay that a little bit, and he does get a little bit more CS there, or a little bit more gold there from those plants, but it's not substantial. He's losing this fight right now. Bottom lane is losing, so it looks like Lee Sin tried to do a little bit of shenanigans there around this red, but not too much is going on there. It looks like he is going to get away just fine. So purple team still has a slight advantage here. Draven still maintaining that slight lead, but Jace is starting to get a little bit ahead of this Nidalee, but she does have a pretty hefty wave there to clear. So, and once she gets into her cat form, it's going to be a lot easier for her to clear. Nobody wants to be ganked. Oh, nice little poke there by Anivia, getting a nice stun and into a little frostbite there. So she's one of those that I'm growing a little bit more fond of as time goes. She was one of those AP carries that I couldn't play for the longest time, but she is such a late game AP carry. Her damage is just very, very dangerous there at that late game. So looks like Anivia going for quite a bit of armor here. I guess they are a very AD heavy team there. Zyra. First blood is going to go down here. We're going to back it up so I can watch that from the beginning there. Was staring around. So there's the preemptive first blood. It looks like, how did that happen? Oh, he just got a little bit greedy. There's the slow. There's the knockup. Lee Sin manages to connect with the resonating strike there and picks up the kill there for Ezreal. Lee Sin's going to be able to ensure this kill. It looks like once again, but manages to pick it up because it looks like Ezreal wasn't going to be able to stay there. And Anivia comes up. Wow, a lot of action happening here. Nidalee got the 6 there. Baits the Jace to stay too long, not just some bad warding there up, and manages to bait. The Anivia drops the ultimate, hits the frostbite, and the stun ensures the kill there for the Nidalee. So nice little play there. Blue team getting a very strong advantage here on 2 of the very important lanes here. Actually, all of the lanes is going to give them pretty hefty advantage because Anivia is slightly behind in CS, but that assist is going to be enough to push her a little bit over. So all the lanes got a very nice advantage there from that gold. So, but Anivia is almost here, so she does need to be very, very careful of the Zed because I think Zed still has his ultimate. So she does have her passive, so he can't just like burn her down. But if he does drop her like right here in the middle, she will just die. There's the ultimate. Gonna force her back, force the flash. She will go down. Nope. Manages to stay alive. Oh man. So manages to stay alive. Now she's going to use that crystalline flask there to get a little bit of health back, but I think she is going to be forced back. She doesn't want to go down here. Might be able to clear a little bit here, but Darius is sticking around, trying to bait, get them to stay around too long. Nidalee is coming in on the side, but she might be just taking blue. Yeah, it looks like she's just taking blue. Lee Sin is there for the support in case they decide to dive there. It looks like she was just trying to bait the dive there, being And Nidalee takes the blue, which is fine. Lee Sin decides to cover that mid lane, so the gold advantage is still in blue team's favor, but just barely. Only about a K in their favor, which isn't much when you spread it across those 5 players. So, and wow, just not doing very much damage to him. You gotta remember, her Q does quite a bit, but she doesn't have the same sustain as AP Nid. So, but she will start getting tankier here. She does have that ninja tabby, so she will be preventing some of the damage there from that Jace, but he's going to keep poking at her, and we'll see. She manages... The ward placement there is very nice there. That'll prevent Darius from actually doing a lot of ganks here. She does have both covered, at least temporarily, so she realizes that he would have to come all the way up through the mid-side bush in order to gank her, or flash over a wall or something here. And here comes the lane gank, but Draven manages to land a nice stand aside there, preventing that lane gank from doing anything really substantial. And I think, who burned their flash there? Was that Draven? Oh, it was Zyra. Oh man, Zyra getting caught, kicked out of position there. Does drop the ult, and Draven's going to do some very nice damage here, but it's not quite enough. Ezreal just barely managing to clip that. Doesn't quite pick up the kill. Nice barrier there. Wow. Very wow indeed. A very nice barrier there, saving himself and baiting the Lee Sin to jump back out before he ensured the kill. So, nice little way to save himself there. So, Draven managing to get away, but remember, blue team still has all the kills here, and their gold advantage is almost 2k in their favor. And it looks like Nidalee is starting to get a little bit scary there. Going for the dive, does quite a bit of damage there with her Q. That is one of the potent things of AD Nid, is her Q does so much more damage when she's in that cat form. Because it does have AD ratios, plus it does more damage based off of their percent health missing. So, it is a finisher. And it looks like Anivia is going to finally go down here. Does quite a bit of damage, manages to pick up Draven. Oh, Lee Sin manages to come in there. And I don't think Zed wants to deal with this. It manages to dash over the wall, but Lee Sin flash follows. And there is the flash there from the Zed. So, nice little save there of Anivia. And now the gold advantage is about 2.5k, and it looks like blue team is going to be forced back at this bottom. Manages to land the root, does a little bit of damage there with her plants and with the Q there. But Ezreal's going to get away just fine, and blue team gets that first turret there at the top lane. And that brings the gold advantage to just over 3k in blue team's favor. So far, a relatively one-sided game here. Just very good presence there from Lee Sin. He's doing a very good job, and Anivia did a very nice gank there, giving Nidalee the strong... Oh man, here comes a gank once again, and I'm pretty sure this Jace is dead. He might be able to escape here. Manages to punch away the Nidalee, but he wasn't the one that he needed to punch away, and looks like he's just going to stand there for now and let... Silly. And Zed coming in there, trying to do what he can, but... I hate it when people just stand there and go to their fate. I wish they just auto-attacked, because he had team coming. If he had done a little bit of damage, managed to do a little bit of jukes, just never give up. Never give up unless, like, never give up. Like that, because you can always do something. You can always just auto-attack. But standing there and doing nothing does nothing besides hurt you. So... relatively calm lanes. Anivia pushing her waves fairly readily here there. That's what Anivia does, though, once she gets her ultimate, though. She's going for big mana regen here, and I'm pretty sure this Anivia is dead. Doing pretty decent damage there, but manages to flash over the wall. Draven manages to land the hook there. Her passive is down, and she is going to go down to that passive there, and there is the first kill. But forced to the multiple flashes there. And it looks like Lee Sin's going to try and gank. Oh, nope, not quite. Missing that resonating strike or sonic wave, rather, is going to prevent him from getting that Zyra. He might have been able to get that kill there if he had landed that. And it looks like he is just going to camp, and they might dive this. This is going to be relatively huge. Zyra's ult is back up, though, so they do need to be aware of that during this dive. And there's lots of damage. Manages to kick Zyra into the range of Ezreal. Janna taking some turret hits there. But Draven isn't going... Ooh, lots of damage forcing Janna to flash away there. Lee Sin trying to do what he can. There's the exhaust. Nice little bait. Janna does go down, but AD carry goes down with 2 assists in tow. So nice little play there by Janna, doing a nice exhaust and baiting him in. But he was in a little bit of trouble. So, nice little plays so far. Blue team doing very well coordination, and a lot of that it does go to that Lee Sin, just very good map presence in all the lanes, just doing a very nice job. And Draven has only landed a couple, and he missed the resonating strike on a stationary target. Too funny. So top lane, it looks like Jace is going to be forced back, but oh man, a Nivea wall could prove very detrimental here. There is the ultimate. Nice little stun. Tries to pick it up with an auto attack, but not quite enough there, and I don't think she's going to be able to pick it up. Oh, she's going for it. Oh, picks it up with the ult there. And she is so very deep. Taking lots of turret hits. And she gets executed. Too funny. Worth it because she says so. And Darius coming in along the side here. And Ezreal Arcane Shift is going to be enough there. If he gets another turret hit. Whew! So close. 10 HP. And bye, Darius. You're headed back home. And now that's actually going to set this Darius even further behind here, because he has just not had the successful ganks that he needs. And it looks like Nidalee might be able to get a second turret here just because of that bonus attack speed and her AD here. And it looks like she's actually going for like almost a range carry build here with that mirror mana that will allow her spears to still do a decent amount of damage. So keep that in mind. But and Jace engaging on her, but she is going to do some pretty decent damage. Remember, and Darius is coming though, and here comes the ganks. There's the ultimate, and down she goes. But she did manage to pick up Jace while that was going on, so Jace also picks up that Mana Moon, so quite mirrored builds, but you gotta remember, he doesn't have boots, and that's actually probably proving to be a mistake here, because Nidalee has such strong, and there is, once again, a Lee Sin gank there. Doing some nice jukes there, but I think Draven is still going to go down. Oh. Whew. That was kind of weird. But Draven still goes down there to the Lee Sin, doing some nice dancing around that turret, but not quite enough there. And Darius almost catches both of them there with that single cleave, and that would have been a double kill for him. Just because of his ult. He could have just immediately dunked them. So Anivia still trying to do what she can, and she's doing a great job for not having that much AP right now. Because I bet she only has like 60 AP. Nope, 39. Less than I thought. Because I figured she'd have a little bit more AP per level. But Jay's still poking away here at this Anivia. And the gold advantage is about 5k, a little less than 5k in blue team's favor. And we're probably going to see a dragon fight here relatively soon. That's my best guess. It is pinked there on the purple side, so got to keep in mind that blue team doesn't have vision of that dragon. And they're also being... purple team has actually very good vision of that dragon side water. River is what I meant to say. So... But the turret control here is so very strong here for blue team, and that's where a lot of this gold advantage is actually coming from, just pushing these lanes, and that's partially due to Anivia here. Anivia is just able to do very nice presence, and Lee Sin showing lots of presence here. Lee Sin doing a good job of keeping himself hidden here, tries to pick up, sorry about that, and Zyra getting brought incredibly low, and she is forced to stay underneath this turret here for quite a while. Janna's shield going down on the Lee Sin, tries to ward hop here to pick up that, there it is, manages to pick up the kill, and he does flash out, but I think he is going to go down. Yep, no way he's getting out of that, so it does go down. Janna taking some pretty considerable damage, but she is going to walk out like a boss. Draven ult coming back, doesn't manage to pick up that Janna. Nice little ward. Jay's taking some pretty considerable amounts of damage. Janna does go down to that Zed, but Anivia does manage to pick up that Jace, but Ezreal does go down to the Draven, but also Zed manages to pick up that Ezreal as well. So, trading of kills there, it's actually going to prove detrimental. I believe blue team did come out behind there because they did lose 3 people, and they did get a lot more assists for that purple team. So that gold advantage is still, wow, it's 6k in blue team. And look at this, Nidalee just pushing targets. If she gets this third turret down this early in the game, that's going to be really bad. Even though it's not as powerful as pushing down the mid lane. But she might swap here because actually middle lane is going to be pretty pushed here. And it looks like blue team is going to respond to her push and overreact a little bit here. Anivia is going to push that mid lane just a little bit. Zed and Zyra are headed that way though. So it's going to prevent that. And run, Neon Cat, run. I wish I could hum that melody sometimes. So, but I don't know, extreme techno. What would you consider that, Neon Cat? Anyway, regardless, back to the game. So, blue team is still in the strong control. As far as major items go, Ezreal is going for that kind of tanky sustain damage rather than bursty kind of that Ezreal usually goes. And this Anivia is so dead. Ah, it's so dead. Ignivia? Is that does she have a skin? I totally didn't even notice that. Oh, interesting. It's the bald eagle. Anyway, Nidalee manages to pick up that tier 3 turret, and the base is cracked now, and she still might be able to get away and actually maybe even burst down this Jace. Look at that damage off her Q. Manages to pick up the kill, but she is going to go down in the process. Turret hit manages to ensure that. Doesn't give up the assist, though. Draven ult managing to do quite a bit there, but looks like Lee Sin is going to get out, and Ezreal manages to sidestep and walk away like a boss. Nearly full health there, picking up all sorts of kills there. So this Ezreal is 6-1 now, so he's going to be pretty scary. Looks like he's going for the high mana. Yeah. I actually kind of like that build. I wonder what he gets next. Black Cleaver? Maybe? I don't know what he gets. Anyway. But, well, obviously finishes the tier of the goddess into the mirror mana is probably what he wants, because he did get that relatively late, I think. It's already at 400 mana, so he'll have the mana moon into the mirror mana very shortly here. Ezreal all dropping on that top lane, trying to do a little bit of damage there, prevent that from pushing too hard on that turret. But here comes a strong blue team, blue mid push here, doing nice damage here to this turret. And here comes Anivia just doing all sorts, and here comes the Janna shield, and they might actually even be able to bring down this turret. Anivia just doing all sorts of zoning here with her ultimate and walls. So manages to land a nice Q, and actually Draven might go down here, but manages to walk away there before she manages to get the frostbite off on her. So blue team still has a strong push here. Getting these turrets down so early is proving to be the downfall here of blue team. They're just pushing so very well here. Purple team's just trying too hard to react to blue team, and I think blue team is just doing it. They're just doing what they need to. Lee Sin is doing a very good job of making blue team bottom such a strong force, and Nidalee, just that small gank from Anivia early game just puts her so far ahead of Jace, and I think Jace just underestimated her ability to burst him down once she got into that cougar form. So Lee Sin still trying to do what he can here, manages to disengage from that fight because it proved to be a little bit detrimental, but Darius is caught way out of position, going to take a lot of damage here. And there's the Ez ult, but Ez is going to take a very considerable amounts of damage. Janna burning her ult there to try and reset the fight. Flashes away, but looks like everybody's going to get away like a boss, and all sorts of ults getting dropped there. And Darius headed back to lane here, and Nidalee still putting tons of pressure here at this top lane, preventing this purple team from doing too much here. And blue team is going to also keep pushing. They're just doing a very good job of sieging. Nice little kick there. Zyra's going to take some nice damage. There's the tornado, but I think Janna is going to go down in the process. But Ezreal manages to pick up the Jace over the wall, but he might go down in the process. Nice little flash over the wall. What? Wait a moment, what just happened? Wait a moment, I want to watch that again, because he flashed over the wall but still got ulted there. So Arcane Shifts, picks up the Jace. He ward hops over. Oh, he Arcane Shifted back over the wall. Oh, it was just a misclick and then he got dunked. And there's an Ignite. Draven goes, not Draven, stupid D, those brothers. That was weird. Weird. No, he didn't Arcane Shift over the wall. That's just weird. I've never seen a Darius dunk through the wall like that. Too funny. And it looks like Zyra is going to go down. That inhibitor being down this early is going to be very, very detrimental. Even though they are level 15, so they should be able to handle the super creeps fairly readily. But Oh, I guess it's only Zed that's level 15. Everybody else is going to have problems, so... Zed does have that Blade of the Rune King, so he will do some nice damage to those super creeps. And it looks like Anivia is just denying this these buffs quite substantially here. Ezreal burning the ultimate, trying to keep this lane pushed and put lots of pressure here on this mid lane. And this might actually allow them to do a relatively early Baron here, because Nidalee is fairly damage intensive. Lee Sin doing a little bit there. Anivia can do pretty considerable amounts of damage, especially if she gets fed a blue buff. She does have one still for... She still has over half the duration of that blue buff. So... Darius still trying to pick a fight here, and I don't think he wants to pick it. There's the Resonating Strike and auto attack for the kill. And there's a surrender vote. Just too far ahead. Might have been a little bit premature, but it is a 10k gold advantage of blue team. So, a little one-sided match here. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I kind of enjoyed it. It was a little fun. It was good to see an AD native for I haven't seen that in a while, and I haven't seen a jungle Darius, but I think that's part of the reason why Purple team lost, to be a perfect example, because Lee Sin just showed amazing lane presence here. Managed to gank just where necessary, show that lane presence, prevent his teams from dying for such a long time. And it was just well played there by Lee Sin. I credit this victory to him and Anivia, mainly. So, just well played on both of them. So, time for a little recap. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you like what you see, please hit that like button, favorite, subscribe. You know the drill. And if you really like it, share it with your friends. I do appreciate all the support. And I'd like to thank you one more time for watching this video. And we'll see you on the next one.